Everyone, I'm Pavani, studying AML. I'm here to explain about how our code implements a simple digital library system that allows users to manage and navigate books. Let us have a concise explanation. And this is our Java code, which consists of several classes and many fields in those classes. And by using these simple commands, I have pushed our code in a GitHub repository. This is a complete code which is having in our online book reader repository. Let us discuss about these classes and their terms. Let us have a detailed explanation of the code terms and their uses in these classes. This is a digital library system class. This is the main class representing the digital library system. It acts as the central controller managing different subsystems such as catalog of books, member management, and a screen for user interactions. It's having several fields or attributes such as catalog, which represents the catalog of books in the library. This might be used to store and manage information about all available books, their details and availability. And coming to the member manager, this represents the system for managing library members. It might track member details, manage memberships, and handle member-specific operations like borrowing or returning books. In this field, it holds an instance of member manager class which could manage the library members. And next is a private screen. This represents the user interface component of the system. This could be responsible for displaying information to users and capturing user input. And coming to the current book, currently selected or focused book in the system. This might be used temporarily during operations such as borrowing or returning book. And this current member represents the currently selected or focused library member in the system. Similar to the current book, it might be used temporarily during member-related operations. This constructor reference of the library system, and the member manager equal to new member manager creates an instance of the member manager class to manage library members. Catalog creates an instance of the catalog class to handle the collection of books. And coming to the new screen, this creates an instance of the screen class to manage user interactions. And we have several methods here. Catalog method provides access to the catalog of books in the system. Returns the catalog object and allows other parts of the system to external access to retrieve the catalog instance. And the member manager class provides access to the member management system. It returns the member manager object. Our next class is a catalog. This represents the catalog system in the library. It is responsible for storing, managing, and accessing information about the books in the library. And this also consists of various fields. And here we use hash map. This hash map is used to store the books where the key is an integer, likely representing the book ID, and the value is a book object. This provides an efficient lookups, insertions, and deletions for the books based on their ID. Catalog initializes the book collection fields. New hash map creates a new empty hash map instance to store the books. It ensures that the catalog starts with an empty collection ready to store book data. Methods manage the catalog of books and interact with the book collection. Method adds a new book to the catalog. This returns a true if the book is successfully added and false if the book addition is fails. And this delete book method removes a book from the catalog using its ID. This int ID is the unique identifier of the book to be deleted. This returns true if the book is successfully removed, else returns false. And its operation is to search for a book in the catalog using its ID. Coming to the class member manager, this represents the management system for library members. It handles operations related to adding, removing, and retrieving member information. Here also we use hash map, but here this is used to store members where the key is an integer and the value is a member object. This provides quick access to the member data by ID. The integer key ensures uniqueness while the member value holds the member's details. Public member manager class initializes member database field, and this new hash map creates an empty hash map instance to store the member data. This ensures the member management system starts with an empty database ready to store member information. And these are the methods used in this class which manage member operations and interact with the member database. The member method registers a new member in the library system. And this method uses to remove a member from the library system using their ID. And here the int id represents the unique identifier of the member to be removed. This also returns true if the member is successfully removed, else returns false. And coming to the find member, this searches for a member in the library system by their ID. And next is a class screen. This represents the user interface or display system for the digital library. It handles the presentation of information about books and members and navigation through the book content. And these are the attributes of this class. Coming to the current book, this represents the book currently being viewed or interacted with one screen. It holds the reference to the book being displayed or navigated, facilitating operations like displaying content or moving through pages. And the current member represents the member whose information is currently being displayed on the screen. And int current page equal to 0. This represents the current page number of the current book being displayed. Here int is initialized to 0, tracks the page number for the book navigation, allowing operations like moving to the next or the previous page. Here we have various methods like public show member. This displays the details of the given member on the screen. The parameters of the member, which represents the member object to be displayed. And coming to the show book, this displays the details or content of a given book on the screen. And the next method is the next page. This advances to the next page of the currently displayed book by incrementing the current page field by 1. This displays the content of the next page of the current book. And in this previous page method, this moves to the previous page of the currently displayed book. It decrements the current page field by 1. And our next class is a book. As a book in a library system, it encapsulates the properties of a book such as ID, description and title, and provides methods to access these properties. And here we have various attributes like int ID, description and title. Here this int ID represents the unique identifier for the book. And description represents the description or summary of the book. As the title represents the title of the book. This stores the name of the book which is typically displayed to the users. Constructor initializes the attributes of the new book object. And our next class is a member, which represents a library member in the system. It encapsulates the member's properties such as ID, name and additional info and provides methods to access the information. And we are having various fields here like int ID, string name and string info. Whereas int ID represents the unique identifier for the library member, where the string name represents the name of the library member and the string info represents the additional information about the member. This public member constructor initializes the attributes of a new member object. And these attributes id string and for string name represents the unique identifier and the additional details and the name of the member respectively. And this is our final code. This is to be executed. And let us run this code. I have already put this code in the compiler. And here is the required output. It shows the book title refreshed. Here we get the top output. And let us look into the documentation, which is designed for the low-level design for online book reader system using oopj principles. And this is the documentation we have prepared. And here we are having detailed explanation of each class in this code separately. We are having a class catalog and the member manager, and the screen and the book and the member and their respective explanations separately. Thank you.